Okay, I think I'm gonna get started, just in the spirit of starting on time and ending on time. So welcome everyone to 15 Minutes of Positivity. Wherever you've been this morning, it's done, and wherever you're going this afternoon, it has not yet happened. So we get to spend, just 14 minutes now practicing together. It's Thursday. I thought we'd do a gratitude practice. And the theme of all of these sessions, if there's one sort of consistent theme, is that, you know, subjectively, experientially, as well as neurologically, we are what we repeatedly do. And it's actually quite a simple concept, meaning from a neurologic standpoint, our brain is plastic and it will adapt structurally and functionally to repetitive experiences. So if we choose those experiences, which is what we basically do here, and today we'll choose gratitude, if we do that over and over and over again, it gets easier and easier for our organism to have that experience. And then subjectively, there's obviously an experience that goes with that. So we can put all the neuroscience away and simply find solace in the fact that if we spend our days practicing gratitude, so expressing gratitude to others, feeling gratitude when good things happen to us, if we spend more and more, a greater percentage of our day doing that, well, then, slowly but steadily, our life quite literally becomes that. And so, quick reminder, what is gratitude? It's an embodied experience. This is important to remember, that it's not just an intellectual concept where we say, oh, yeah, I should be appreciative of X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, I actually really feel it. I know where in my body I experience this. So there's an awareness that goes along with the sense that we are the beneficiaries of good things. So be they actions of others that benefit us, be it just circumstance, the fact that the sun is shining and I happen to be in a good spot where it feels warm and comfortable. It could have been very different in that moment. So I'm benefiting from something, I'm aware of it, and I feel it in my body. And then the last part is sort of one of the cruxes here, which is, and it's just happening to me. It's not something I've earned. It's not something that I deserve. It's simply happening to me because that person happens to be nice, or because the sun is shining, just because. And so dropping into that place of being aware that life could have been very different in that moment, and instead it is benefiting me. That's the essence, I think, of this embodied sense of gratitude. And how do we become a more grateful person? This is another slide that I've shown you all many times. Well, it starts with this intention. It starts with waking up and saying, I'd like to be a more grateful person. I'd like to experience gratitude more. So it's setting this intention to then say, okay, I'm going to take action on it. So today I'm going to intentionally feel gratitude, or take a few minutes to really have that embodied experience of what it feels like to be grateful. And then at some point I'm going to say, and this is probably something I ought to do frequently, ideally daily, if it's really that important, then let me turn this into a practice. And as I practice it, within a week or two, our brain starts picking this cue up and says, got it. We're doing gratitude more frequently. So then it becomes a habit. It becomes a habit of mind. It becomes a behavioral habit. And then eventually we do this long enough where, gosh, I've been experiencing or taking time out to experience gratitude. I express gratitude towards others. I do this several times a day. At some point, we look at ourselves in the mirror and say, I've kind of become a pretty grateful person, or generally speaking, I'm a grateful person. So the key here is that there is this, this process of doing that manifests both neurologically as well as behaviorally, and it all boils down to, we are what we repeatedly do. And so that's my plug today for this idea of self-directed positive neuroplasticity. And so let's practice. Let's do some gratitude. We got 10 minutes left. Let's spend as much of that as possible in the embodied experience of gratitude. So start by closing your eyes. I know some of you are sitting in cars, others are at desks. I happen to be sitting on the floor right now. So wherever you find yourself, see if you can really drop into the experience of the location of your body in space and time. So what parts of you your body are in contact with the ground in this moment. Maybe it's your feet or your legs. Maybe it's your your buttocks and your hamstrings and your lower back in contact with the chair. So sort of an indirect connection to the ground. And just bring your attention to the sensation of this contact with the ground. You can wiggle your toes, you can bounce your feet a little bit, maybe wiggle your fingers, just to bring some more awareness to the sensation of contact. And then noticing breath, body's breathing, happening all day long, many times a minute. Maybe this is the first time that you're aware today of the fact that you inhabit this body that is breathing all the time. And the goal for right now is simply to notice your body, the sense of embodiedness. What's it like to have a body right now, sitting, breathing? And then bring to mind a favorite food, so something that you really enjoy eating. It doesn't have to be healthy, doesn't have to be, it's just something that when you taste it or when you experience joy, something exciting, something comforting. And maybe drop back into a memory of when was the last time that you ate this food. And go back in your memory and be present for this experience. You eating this food that you like. And the more you can enhance the visceral experience of that memory, so really the smell, the taste, maybe the sound that the food makes, the texture, the way it looks, really take it in. And now for a moment, drop into a place of appreciation for the fact that you have this food or that you've had this experience of really enjoying the flavor and the texture and the entire experience of eating this food. We all have some form of a preferences or even favorite foods. Probably kind of mysterious as to why we like some foods and not others, but in this case, this is a food that you really like for some reason, through no doing of your own. You're the beneficiary of having this experience of enjoying this particular food. Just notice where in your body this appreciation or this sense of gratitude registers, and savor it, both the memory, but also the experience right now, feeling gratitude for having this experience. Now shifting your memory to another very tactile experience, maybe your favorite couch, or maybe it's your bed. It's a place where you feel comfortable, where you feel safe. And again, dropping into a recent memory, sitting or laying down in this comfortable place. See if you can be fully present for all of the different parts of the sensory experience. So the sound, the touch, temperature. Imagine yourself being enveloped in this safe, comfortable chair or bed. And then again, noticing where in your body does the appreciation or the awareness of this comfort register? Is it in your belly? Is it in your chest? Is it in your throat, your head? All of the above. And the more you can stay with that memory and really amplify the sensory experience, typically the more the gratitude and the appreciation, that sensation grows. And then go ahead and take a deep breath in. On the exhale, go ahead and open your eyes. Come on back to the session. And an invitation, if you want to get really crazy, you can grab your favorite food and then go sit in that super comfortable place that you just visited. And you can do both at the same time and amplify your gratitude for that. I'm sort of half joking about that, but I intentionally went for some pretty sort of maybe somewhat mundane things like eating or places to sit, because the truth of the matter is these kinds of gratitude practices can be found everywhere. You can lay on your favorite rug, you can pick up a ballpoint pen and write something and just feel appreciation for the fact that it's there. So it's an invitation to find everyday experiences and really, we are what we repeatedly do. So hopefully practice the experience of gratitude. I'll stick around for a few more minutes. Otherwise, I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Again, take care, everyone. Have a good day.